Hello everyone, this is RKD from Yardhoe. Today we're going to do a comparison between a diesel engine GT5120P over here and a gasoline engine Yardhoe YH12 over here. These machines have about the same weight. GT5120P is 1.2 ton, while Yardhoe is a 1 ton excavator. But Yardhoe costs almost half as the 5120P. Question is why? Well, we will show you. So the first obvious difference is the gasoline Yardhoe 420 engine versus Kubota D722. As you know, diesel engines give you more torque, and they're also a little bit quieter when you run them. In addition, when you have a diesel engine, you now have an ability to have a water-cooled engine cooling, which will be better on the hot summer days. And 5120P has a hydraulic oil cooler that's already integrated into the system from the factory. On the Yardhoe, that would need to be added afterwards if you choose to do so. Second difference is your hydraulic pump. Yardhoe YH12 has a 1 gear pump, while GT5120P comes with a triple gear pump. And the triple gear pump allows for improved multifunction performance. Third difference is the controls of the excavators. On the YH12, you have your joysticks up front, and when you operate them, people tend to scooch forward, which can be difficult to do when you have to do it for an extended period of time. With having controls in the front, you're actually controlling the multi-way valve directly, and it has some consequences. The controls are a bit harder to push, to operate, and since you control the multi-way valve, you have no hydraulic lockouts. So when I push this lever forward, the machine is off, the boom's going to drop under its own weight. On the GT5120P, you will not have that, and we'll show you. On the 5120P, you have your pilot controls by the sides, and you have hydraulic lockouts, which is these levers over here on both sides. When you push them down, it's very comfortable to operate. You don't have to scooch forward, only when you need to drive the machine. And right now, because it's not a direct control into multi-way valve, even when I push the joysticks, nothing happens to the machine. And even after you start the engine, when you have your hydraulic lockout up, the joysticks will not work. So this is an added safety feature. Fourth difference is your counterweight. On the Yardhoe, it's just the engine cover from the sheet metal. Very light. On the GT5120P, this is cast iron. Fifth difference is your tail swing. As you see, the Yardhoe, when you turn to the side, sticks out for about 15 inches from the tracks. GT5120P, on the other hand, is a zero tail swing machine, which means that the counterweight does not stick out past the width of your tracks. This adds you as an extra safety, especially when you're working in the tight quarters, as you're not going to hit anything with the back of the machine when you swing. The sixth difference is your track width. On the Yardhoe, your track width is 91 centimeters, and you want to have the wider tracks in order to get more stability, and the narrower tracks when you're trying to get through the tight corners. On the 5120P, you get the best of both worlds. When you have your tracks expanded, it's 99 centimeters, which is 8 centimeters longer than on the Yardhoe, and when you need to get through a tight corner, and your tracks narrow down to only 75 centimeters. That's about 2.5 feet and allows you to enter even through the man door. Seventh difference is your dozer blade construction. You want to make sure that your blade is always as wide as your tracks. That is why when tracks are pulled in, you have your blade flaps folded in. When you expand your tracks, you would pull out these pins on both sides and pull the flaps out and then secure it with a pin again. At that point, the blade will be as wide as your widest track width. Also, it has a heavier frame, more reinforcement, And as an added bonus, it comes with a cylinder shield for your hydraulic dozer cylinder. Yardhoe dozer blade has a lighter construction, less reinforcement, and no cylinder shield. Eighth difference is your engine compartment access for maintenance. On the 5120p, you can just flip up the top cover with the seat and get the full access to the engine, radiator, battery, hydraulic oil tank, and so forth. On the Yardhoe on the other side, you'd have to take off the seat and you'd get top access to the engine, but it is more limited. You have an option of taking out 4 bolts to take off the back cover, but you'll need tools for that. But as a bonus, you do have way better access to the swing motor and the swivel valve. All you had to do is just to lift up your floor plate. Ninth difference is your canopy. On the Yardhoe, you have some shade with the roof, but it does not add much for rollover protection as it is a fairly light construction. GT5120P, on the other hand, does not have a roof to shade you from the sun, but it has a lot more sturdier construction, and also you can take out this bolt and fold down the protection on top in order for easier storage. 10th difference is your boom construction. Standard Yardhoe YH12 comes with a regular boom with the cylinder on the bottom, while GT5120P has a U-boom. YH12 has standard boom. It doesn't have the side swing boom upgrade. That's why you see here as a solid mount. It has the cylinder on the bottom. Over here, this joint is just the regular plate. This part is 6 millimeter thick. And then your hoses starting coming out from the side over here. GT5120P comes started with the side swing boom. So as you see here, we have a cast iron mount that will swing side to side. We'll show you later in the video. This part of the boom has the cast iron part over here. This part is 10 millimeters thick instead of 6. And then your hoses are more tucked inside for the extra protection. Also, on the GT5120P, you have an option of a hydraulic quick hitch, which is right here. So we can change the buckets with just a push of a button. On the Yardhoe YH12, that is an upgrade where you can get the U-boom, which will be the same as this, but the quick hitch can only be mechanical. So you will need to get out from the cab in order to change it. We have a separate video where we show the differences between mechanical and the hydraulic quick hitches on the 2-ton excavators to show you how they work. With the help of the side swing boom upgrade, you're able to position excavator in a way where your bucket is going to be outside or in line with your tracks. This will allow you to dig along the fence, along the foundation, and in tight corners. Eleventh difference is your travel motors. YH12 comes with 1-speed travel motors, while GT5100 has double speed. Now here are the differences. Single-speed travel motors, they do stick out in the middle. What does it do for you is that sometimes people say that you might get stuck on mud or on some rocks. Again, this is the standard base model, so I think for most guys it's fine, but if you want more protection, we would highly suggest to go with a double speed. As you see, the double speed motors, they're tucked in and the hoses are protected with this cover. So there's less chance of you ripping out a hose or damaging the motor when you go over rough terrain. To show you the speed difference, we decided to do a race. So single speed versus double speed. We have both excavators in line based on the blades. First race is going to be single speed versus low gear on GT5120P. Start the machine. Let's go! would say it's pretty even. They're about same speed, single gear versus low gear. We repositioned the machines. Now the blades are in line again. Let's try the high gear on GT5120P. Let's go! As you just saw, double speed is literally twice as fast. Most difference is your warranty. GT5120P comes with 1 year parts warranty that's supported by GT5. Yardhoe, on the other hand, is buy as is where is. Mind you, we do inspect them, we make sure that the machine is fully operational when you get them, and we also carry all the parts for Yardhoe, but in case you need something within the first year or 1,500 hours, for the Yardhoe, you would have to buy it. We hope that these 12 differences will help you to better understand and make an educated decision when choosing the right machine for your needs. If you just have work to do around your acreage and you have time, Yardhoe is a great machine. It costs less than half of a GT5120P. But if you're considering for business use and you're a contractor, we strongly believe that 5120P will be a better machine fitted for your needs. If you're going to have any other questions, feel free to visit our website, joyt5.com, or give a call to one of our dealers in Canada and United States. And as always, like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.